Hey guys, what's up? Crypto Marco here, and in today's video we'll take a look at the market and the most important stuff that has happened in the cryptocurrency space lately. So as you can see, currently market cap going down again, although we were at a lower point, $255 billion today. As you can see, mostly pretty bad day, even those who are in the green aren't that much in the green, but I thought today we could take a look at the 1 year development of all cryptocurrencies. And of course, first of all, we got to take a look at Bitcoin that was on 20,000 US dollars on the December 17th. Today we are at 7,000. It seems like yesterday that we were at 7,500. Important psychological resistance that was like broken like super hell, and we even went down to 6,700. Oh my god. Ethereum kind of the same. Ethereum's all-time high were like 1,500, and now we're at like how much? $400 for Ethereum. Ripple, same story, but Ripple, Ripple was for the longest time like almost pegged to 25 US dollars and went up to almost $4. Now really low. Litecoin, same story, went up to 320 after everybody escaped Bitcoin because Bitcoin was taking so long and was very expensive to send. And as we can see, Cardano, man, Cardano was at $1. Went from like, and Cardano has only been listed since the 1st of October, so went from 2 cents up to like more than $1, and now we're back at 14 cents. Now, to the news that are important right now, because as you know, guys, the stock markets are also in a bad shape right now. It's Easter, and currently it might, like the current trend that we see, they might really be long term. Like, we're not talking about weeks, but more months, maybe even years. Like, who knows? So one of the Ethereum developers, Vlad Zamfir, did a poll where he wanted to see if the Ethereum community was against ASICs. So ASICs, amplification specified integral circuit, a computer that's just designed for mining cryptocurrencies. As you can see, with an overwhelming abundance, people said yes, although this was just wondering, not a proposal. So 6,900 votes as I'm speaking right now. Zamfir claimed that this poll was not in regard to a specific proposal, rather that he was just curious about the community sentiment. And of course, if he's somebody from the Ethereum team, then this is of course a very interesting result that we're seeing right now. But something similar that we have seen with Monero is that when mining happens, like for example Bitcoin and Ethereum, people with a lot of capital, with a lot of money, bought a lot of mining rigs, started mining cryptocurrencies like crazy, and of course they amassed a fortune when it comes of cryptocurrencies. And of course, on the long run, this is like makes the whole organization less and less central, and that's of course something that is not really a central part of cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are always supposed to be decentralized, but when a lot of money is coming in, then that's of course causing a centralization, and the community, as you can see, is against that. And something similar that we have seen in Monero, where an update made ASICs unusable. Big investors will make all hell break loose in crypto in 2018, says Abra CEO, speaking to Business Insiders 2 weeks after the startup announced it had raised 40 million in new funding since October. CEO Bill Barheit said Western institutional money would begin to dip its toes into crypto assets. So if there is a good moment to invest in crypto, if you still haven't invested, in my opinion, it is right now, because right now you get all those cheap coins, you get great bargains for cryptocurrencies, and institutions won't invest at all-time highs because they're not stupid, unlike many people who were unfortunately very greedy when investing in cryptocurrencies. Like, please don't take any offense, but I'm just, it's just not a smart idea to invest on all-time highs. I talked to hedge funds, high net worth individuals, even commodity speculators. They look at the volatility in the crypto markets and they see it as a huge opportunity. Barheit nonetheless reports adopting a conspicuous bullish tone. Once that happens, all hell will break loose. once the floodgates are opened, they are opened. So I really hope for a great crypto summer, but as you know, stock markets aren't looking very bright. 850 million for Telegram. One more time, 94 different entities took part in the ICO, and as you can see from the form that was filled for the SEC, so Telegram wants to make it all as transparent and regulated as possible. $850 have been funded. The first round of the ICO took place from January 29th to February 13th, and they already amassed $850 million. Allegedly, one of the investors is Roman Abramovich, and allegedly he invested $300 million. And I just, of course, the Telegram ICO was an ICO many people were talking about, but in my opinion, I'm just like, okay, but what does Telegram need $1.5 billion for? Like, they already have an existing app. Like, what can you do with that amount of money? Like, it's just insane. And in my opinion, I'm not angry because I missed out on the ICO of Telegram, because I'm really not sure what they want to do with all that money. Next up, we have Russian hotels to surprise World Cup fans. We are seeing increasing interest in cryptocurrencies. They will gradually come into use as a means of payment. So something that they are gonna experiment with. I hope that you are going to watch the World Cup in the summer, because it's awesome. I really love watching international tournaments, and it would be interesting to see so many people paying with cryptocurrencies. Although, I don't know, I personally would not pay in crypto for my stay in a Russian town for the World Championship, but everybody has a different opinion. So what would you do? Would you pay in crypto for your stay in Russia or whatever? Leave a comment down below. I'm really curious on your opinion on this one, but it's of course a great step towards mass adoption of cryptocurrencies. Next up, we have something that's again warming my heart. So as you know, it was only yesterday announced that Omisigo funded Give directly with $1 million, and now Ripple donated 29 million in Ripple to Donor School org, supporting Yes Public Schools. So basically that's a charity project where you can fund public schools if they are missing something, if the state doesn't provide them with enough textbooks or pencils, or maybe some learning kits that are important for children's learning. Now, as you can see, Ripple has gone all the way out and spent like $29 million, which, even though they have like $20 billion market cap, still 29 million for charity is significant. And it really warms my heart. I really think that this is a great step to see that, Ethereum, Omisigo and Ripple are not only exclusively thinking about cryptocurrencies, but also doing something good for charity, sharing what they have, and that's really something that I really enjoy seeing. I must really say that warms my heart. Next up, we have an interesting article on news.bitcoin. It's not really an article on stuff that's going on, but just more of a comment of bitcoin.com, and let's just read through this highlight passage. So, when Charlie Lee created Litecoin, all he did was reproduce the Bitcoin code and reduce the block time from 10 minutes to 2.5. It was copying, but he didn't try to pass it off as his own work, and in the year since, the Litecoin Coinbase has significantly deviated from Bitcoin. Copying is an integral part of human nature. It's how we learn to speak, dress, and eat. It's how our music evolves through decades and genre, and it's how our favorite internet memes are born, reborn, and then remixed and generated new laughs and new contextual applications. Now, this is the part where I was really surprised. Most of the early hip-hop records you know and love, for example, are simply looped Motown or jazz samples. That's something very few people know, how many samples are being used today in hip-hop. They're not original compositions, and yet few would dispute that hip-hop represented a new musical formula that was simultaneously familiar and yet fresh. Very interesting article here. So, and they're also naming a few have been copying, so Daddy and Tron, and for example also Tomo Chain, because they used the Ethereum code and passed it off as their own. Basically, just be really careful when, because there are a lot of crypto scammers out there, and on my German channel, there's like somebody who's like always making accounts of Crypto Marco and pretending to be me and do fake giveaways. Luckily, I was able to report that and ban him off my channel every time in a very, very fast. So there was not a lot of damage caused. And I think he gave up because I was so fast. So that's definitely a win for me. But just be really careful when it comes to scams. And now for the little Easter surprise for everybody who's been commenting on my last video. I'm giving away a small amount of Litecoins. So 36 comments, that's a lot. And let's see who the winner will be. Dark Griffin 23 is the winner. Good video, very informative about the privacy coins. I think Sumo Coin is at least better than Monero in that regard. Like, that's a very bold claim, Dark Griffin, because Monero is, when it comes to privacy, one of the top coins out there. But I will, what's the name? Sumo Coin. I'll take a look at Sumo Coin. Sounds really interesting. And just here are some enchanted Litecoins. They have been enchanted by the Easter Bunny personally, and now they are flying to your wallet. So thank you very much for participating, and to everybody who's watching, thank you so much for every comment. Thank you so much for everybody who's commenting, liking. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and comment down below with your Litecoin address, because among everybody who's commenting, I'm giving away a small amount of enchanted Litecoin. So thank you so much for participating, and I wish you a very happy Easter holiday. So make sure to have a great time with your family and your friends and your loved ones, because cryptocurrencies are not the most important thing in the universe. Love is the most important one. And I'm really sorry for being so cheesy at the end, but I'm a guy who values relationships with families, friends, and bonds very much. So have a great Easter, and thank you very much for watching. Keep in mind that everything in this video is my personal opinion and not financial advice. So take care. Bye-bye.